Hi guys, Squirrel here. Today I want to tell you about an exciting event which will appeal to you simulation lovers, especially the racing sim lovers. A couple of weeks ago, I was invited to McLaren and Logitech to head over to the McLaren Technology Centre based in Woking, Surrey, just west of London. Opened in 2004, this is McLaren's headquarters. This is where all the research and the production's done. The main headquarter building is large, roughly semicircular glass wall building set outside a man-made lake. The main foyer looks out onto the lake, and it contains a number of McLaren's championship-winning Formula 1 cars, which goes right back in history. It's like a high-tech museum when you walk in there, looking at Formula 1 technology going right back. There are cars in the 70s that Emerson Fittipaldi drove, there are cars in the 80s that Alain Prost drove, and there are cars in the 90s that Ayrton Senna drove. This building is where McLaren's Formula 1 engineers and scientists work, and the filming here was tightly controlled. I was only able to record footage from the main foyer. Recording in the work areas is completely banned. The building itself operates 24 hours a day, 363 days a year, and it's in this building that every 15 minutes, I was told, a design change is made to a Formula 1 car. The parts are fabricated on site, fitted and tested, and after any Formula 1 race, the car is brought back to this building, disassembled and evaluated. The pit crews practice wheel changes here. I saw the area where the car is situated and the hydraulic pumps hang down from overhead. They then put on the full fire suits and helmet, and they practice a minimum of 150 wheel changes every single week. They take it very serious at McLaren. The staff are contracted to use the gym, they have to remain fit, and that is the nature of Formula 1 racing and how McLaren approach it. As I walked around, I felt like the building was, I don't know, it was more where satellites are assembled, more where computer chips might be fabricated, rather than a place where race cars are actually designed and built. There's a faint smell of engine oil, but the white floors and the white surfaces are absolutely spotless. There are no oil spills, no spanners left lying around, no nuts and bolts for you to kick over, just precision engineering. It's a very surreal place. But you might be asking yourself, well, why was I invited to go and see this incredible building? Well, McLaren have a racing simulator, and boy is that a sim. This racing simulator is so advanced that they train the drivers on it and they test changes to the car. I wasn't allowed to record any footage of this simulator, but I stood there and I watched Jenson Button practice the Monaco circuit just a few days ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix. There are banks of computers in the room. There's telemetry all over the place, all being watched by 5 engineers. The simulator itself is basically like a race car body, and it has a seat which is sat on 3 rails. The rails can move the car sideways independently. They can simulate turns, bumps, jolts, that kind of thing. In front of the car is a 180-degree screen completely surrounding the driver's view, and attached to the driver's helmet are 2 cords, one on either side, which are attached to hydraulic arms, and they pull, which simulates the G-forces, the lateral G-forces when the driver is going around a corner. Pretty scary stuff. Now, a lot of this has come about because of the changes in Formula 1 rules and regulations. Teams are no longer able to just test as much as they want on the track, particularly in winter. As a result, the teams are turning to simulators to perform a lot of their testing. The simulators are so good that the simulator team and the on-site racing team are in constant communication. For example, if there's a driver at the racetrack on race weekend and reports the car doesn't feel right into a certain corner, he may suggest a change to the car setup. This can be immediately fed back to the simulator team back at the headquarters, and they can punch those details into the car, and the sim driver can test those and get the results back onto the racetrack and essentially feed back what that change is likely to do to the car for better or for worse. Such is the nature of Formula 1 racing now. The changes are all simulated. The drivers practice on the simulators, the engineers monitor the telemetry, not just in the car, but of the driver themselves. Everything from the car setup to the driver's throttle, the braking, the racing line, the gear choice is all monitored and adjusted. It's very scientific. McLaren want to hire a driver for this simulator. They've teamed up with Logitech, who make steering wheels, pedals, shifters for gamers and racers. Together, they've created a competition to find the world's fastest gamer. Now, the winner of this competition is going to be given a dream job. A 12-month contract to work for McLaren at their technology center as the official McLaren Formula 1 simulator driver. This person will work closely with engineers, the Formula 1 racing team. They'll test and enhance every aspect of the performance of the Formula 1 race car. This is a real job at McLaren and they are taking it really seriously. If this sounds interesting to you, then you should listen up, because years ago I would have jumped at this dream opportunity, but be warned, you're going to need to be pretty darn good. Let's talk through the competition itself. So the competition is open to any online racers. You can be racing on a mobile phone, a gaming console, or a PC. The competition itself is to find initially 10 finalists. 6 of the 10 finalists are going to be picked by a panel of gaming and motor experts, and they're going to look at events like the Forza Championships, historic iRacing results, and other platforms and race series and events. So if you're already online racing, you're pretty much already in with a shout. Then the other 4 guys in the finalists, they're going to be picked from 4 events which are run over this summer, which are on multiple gaming platforms and games such as Forza, Gran Turismo, Project Cars, iRacing, rFactor 2, and more. Those 10 finalists will then go on to the toughest job interview, I think, in gaming. They're going to go through a rigorous process down at McLaren. They're going to be overseen by McLaren's engineers, and they're going to be tested on health, fitness, reaction speed, the car setup abilities, PR skills, and their aptitude. They'll be trained and then they'll be retested, and one person will be picked by McLaren management and given that dream job. Now, if you're interested in becoming the world's fastest gamer and having a shot at being the official McLaren simulator driver, check out the video description. I've dropped a link there to the website with the full competition entry details. I'd like to thank McLaren and Logitech just for giving me this opportunity to visit their technology center and bring this competition to you guys. I know you guys love simulation, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys are really into racing sims. This is an incredible opportunity, and if you do go for it, I wish you the very best of luck. Take care, guys. Happy racing.